and I got a text that other people wanted to see it as well. So I'll be attempting to do both, and we'll see how that plays out. In the meantime, we're here during warm-ups, so please enjoy the warm-up, watch the game, hang out, relax, and I'll be back with you here very shortly.
Bestowing it back upon you.
I was going to mute you this time, so only during timeouts. All right, folks, after one game, coach is like, maybe not. So we will not have coach this one. I imagine it is a little different being on mic and realizing that everything you say is being recorded and live streamed. No matter how good you are, a tad stressful. We'll continue watching warm-ups, folks. Nothing real special going on right now. We will be back here shortly. All right, folks, we are much closer to the start of this game now. It is exciting. We're back for a second game. We did lose the first one against Lambert. We'll now be up against the West Forsyth High School Wolverines. Wolverines are, as I understand it, undefeated so far this year. They have not lost, or if they have, it may have only been one. But they have done very, very well against all the teams they've gone up against. If you're just now joining me, you may not have heard the news, but Coach Rachel has decided not to mic up after doing it once. Not that I blame her. It is much more stressful being on mic, even if you're all saying the right things. It is not because anybody bullied her, is the question I just got. No, it's just very stressful, especially when you're expressing disappointment, or frustration. It's hard to be on mic. Don't blame her at all. But the War Eagles getting back out there. Looks like already some feelings on the court. So we'll see how this goes. All right, up front, looks like we're going to be starting with Haley. And the upper left-hand corner of your screen. Cam, number 4 there in the middle. Kiki, number 29 on the far upper right. Maddie, in the bright orange shoes on the left-hand side. Piper and Leah substituting as Piper leaves with a ton of energy. And Sahiti will be up first to serve for the War Eagles. We are playing the Wolverines here in the second game of the night. Serve it up is the call. And we're underway, folks. Hard hit. Unfortunately, went long. Wolverines take the first point. 0-1. All right, double substitution for the Wolverines to start the game. Looks like 24 will be serving for them first. All right. Cleared to serve, here we go. Well hit, but that's right at Kiki. Kiki to Sahiti. Sahiti moves it back to center, and Cam sends it over. Down towards the inside corner. Handled, outside hitter's gonna take it. Hard hit spike, goes wide and out. 1-all. That was super close, just barely out. And Kiki will now get a chance to serve. All right, here we go. Kiki serves, floats over, drops it in. 11 handles it. There goes to their outside hitter, gets tipped. Kiki's there. That's to Sahiti. Sahiti behind her to Haley. Haley sends it over. Number 7 handles, does not handle it as that falls in for a War Eagle point. Caught you sleeping is the call from the sidelines. I don't know if they were sleeping, but they definitely didn't hit it right. Good serve by Kiki. 24 handles that. Libero hits it. Leah's right there, though. That's Sahiti over to Mad Dog Maddie. Maddie hits it. Barely handled. Ooh, good play. Fight at the net. Haley sends it over. Haley gets herself a kill as she sends it, and they cannot handle it. 3-1. There's your serve. Kiki does good. Kiki, oh, well played. Punched ball. Haley gets herself another kill as they can't handle that. Haley almost shocked that she pulled that off, but absolutely did. 4-1. Another good serve right down the middle. Handled. Hard spike. Tipped by Haley, though. Sahiti to Leah. Leah to Haley. Haley sends it over. All right, here comes the inside hitter. Right back at Leah. Leah to Sahiti. Sahiti to Maddie. Maddie sends it over. Handled 17-24. Libero number 9 hits it, but does not hit it enough, and it goes straight into the net. 5-1. Good serve again. Inside hitter's going to take this. Hard hit. No, soft hit. Didn't even make it over the net, as that one struggled to get over. She really was on her back foot, almost falling backwards as she went to hit it. It's hard to do. Another good serve, drops in. Libero takes that one. Number 12 sends it over. Maddie's there. Cam hits it. Unfortunately, hits it straight into the top of the net, and the ball falls back on our side. Kiki and Bryn now substituting. Bryn on. Leah giving her a high five. Here comes the serve. Right at Leah. Leah moves it to Haley. Haley pops it up nice and high. Maddie and Leah both there. Maddie takes it, sends it over. Hard hit spike, but right at Kiki. That's Leah. Leah to Maddie. Maddie with a good spike. Maddie with a kill! Mad Dog Maddie. Called from the sidelines, cheering her on. Leah's going to be serving. Piper's come into the game. 7-2. Ooh, inside here's going to take this one, sends it over, but Maddie's right there ready for it. That's Sahiti. Sahiti back to Maddie. Maddie hits it. Almost finds the hole in the back. All right, inside hitter sends it over, but Bryn's right there. That's Sahiti. Sahiti to Maddie. Maddie with a spike. Maddie into the top of the net. Third point for the Wolverines. All right, here comes the serve. Maddie down to a knee, gets there. Sahiti sends it over. Quick thinking on everybody's part. Leah's there. Piper calls for it. Piper to Maddie. Maddie gets it. Sends it over. That's 17-24. 11's going to hit it. Hits the pole. Hits the pole. I was going to say, fix the call. You can't do that, is the call from the sidelines. Haley's going to be serving for us. 8-3, War Eagles up. There's your serve. Haley handles it. 17's there, though. 24 sets it to the outside. Outside the 7. Good dig by Sahiti. Maddie with the spike. Going to go long, but they hit it, thankfully. 24 sets it. Middle takes it, sends it over. Another dig. That's Haley. Sent over and goes out. The sideline judge is not making the call really obvious. Thankfully, the ref saw it. All right, Sahiti and Ryan are substituting. And looks like Haley and Sima will be substituting. I think they called that last one in. It was not. Lots of substitutions going on right now. But that ball was, but that one looked out to me. 8-4 is the score. 18 to serve. There's your serve. That's Bryn. Bryn to Sima. Sima to Ryan. Ryan sends it into the top of the net, unfortunately. Wolverines get their 5th point. All right, here's our serve. Oh, Bryn hits it way wide, but Maddie almost gets there in time. Good effort. 6 point for the Wolverines. All right, looks like we're going to do this again. Number 18. Long serve, Leah, Maddie. Leah with a great play, sends it over. Ryan, not sure who that was. Piper gets there. Piper sends it, almost gets the kill. Piper and Maddie almost up again. Neither of them able to handle it, though. 8-7. We did get a highlight out of that one, though. Good efforts. That's going to go wide. Good call, letting that one go. 9th point for the War Eagles. Maddie gets to serve. Bryn and Kiki substituting. All right, Piper cheering Kiki as she comes on. Maddie with the serve. Inside hitter's going to take that. Gets tipped by Ryan as she tries to block it. Ball goes wide. 8th point for the Wolverines. 8-9. War Eagles up by 1. Maddie and Kylie substituting there. All right, number 11 serves it. Barely clears the net. Leah goes for the dig. Can't quite get there, though. That was almost on a steel rope right over the top of the net, and it just dropped like an anchor right in front of Leah. Hard one to handle. Leah and Kylie discussing if it goes there again, who's going to take that. All right, Piper goes for the spike. Oh, a good dive there by number 9, saves it. West, Kiki's there. Oh, Kiki was able to get the ball, just not quite up high enough. And the Wolverines take the first lead they've had, 10-9. Here's our serve, folks. Piper did not handle it, and Kylie went diving or trying to get there. Valiant effort. Piper hit it wide. Coach Rachel talking to Piper about what happened there and how to prevent it for next time. Here's your serve. Ooh, that one was funky in the air. I'm like standing kind of right behind that, and I literally watched that ball. It was like a screwball coming across. 12-9. All right, there's your serve. Leah's right there, though. This time, Sima goes to Kiki. Kiki hits it wide. Good communication by Sima, though, as she's calling where it's going. The girls on the sideline trying to cheer everybody on. Leah's right there. That's Sima. Sima to Kiki again. Kiki, oh, not quite able to make strong contact with it. 9-14. It's substitution time. Kiki and Cassidy will be substituting right here. Cassidy's in. Leah welcomes her onto the court. Here we go. Cassidy's there, sends it right back over. Gets hit. Leah's there. Sima calls for it. It's going to Cassidy. Cassidy, oh, not quite able to handle it. That's a 15th point for the Wolverines. As this one is starting to look a little rough. Here we go again. There's your serve. Leah's right there. Cassidy almost got it. Not quite able to handle it. 9-16 here in the first set. There's your serve. Way long. There's no court there. War Eagles get it back. 10th point. And Piper now gets a chance to serve. Leah and Camp substitute. Piper cleared the serve. There's the serve, clears the net. 31 handles it. They're not quite able to handle that. 11th point. Fishy, fishy, fishy. Net, net, net is the call. Piper's going to get to go again. There's her serve. Clears the net. That's an ace. That's an ace, folks. Piper gets an ace. Now 12-16. The official scores are off by 1 at the moment. Piper again. Returned early, sent right back over by both Cam and Cassidy. Inside hitter's going to take that. Inside hitter hits it. Piper's there, though. That's Cam, or Simon to Cam. Cam with a kill. Official score is still off by 1. Piper serves again. Woo! Good play by West to bring that back over the net. Kylie's right there. That's Simon. Simon's going to give it to Cam. Cam calls for it, sends it over. Over the back hit. Well hit. Inside hitter gets tipped. Simon's right there. Kylie calls for it, moves it forward. Cassidy calls for it and sends it over. Great communication. Outside hitter's going to take that. Gets hit hard, but Kylie's right there. Piper calls for it, moves it forward. Simon calls for it, sends it over. Returned early. Cam goes up for the block. It doesn't matter because that's a War Eagle point. 16-14. Piper's going to get the serve again. Piper, good serve. Handled by 30. Inside hitter takes it down to a knee. Kylie tries to get there. Not quite able to. And Piper and Leah will swap. 17-14. Game a little closer now. There's the serve. Leah's right there. Simon calls for it, moves it over to Cassidy. Cassidy spikes it right down the line. West is going to return it. Nice and easy. Leah's there. Leah to Simon. Simon over to Cassidy, who sends it over. Good communication. Once again, here comes the return. Simon's right there. Simon to Leah. Leah pops it to Cam. Cam goes up for the spike. Cam gets herself a kill as she pushes it through the defender. And it's time for a Doublemint Gum substitution. Looks like Ryan and Sahiti are substituting, and Sima and Haley. That'll have Sahiti serving for us with a score of 15-17. There's your serve. Well handled. 17's there. That's 18. 17 spikes it, but right there's Kylie. Kylie to Sahiti. Sahiti to Haley. Haley sends it over. Good angle on that to be able to get it over. And number 3 tries to go up and get the hit and the kill. Hits it straight into the net instead. So fishy, fishy, fishy. Net, net, net. Can we replay that? That's the question. Sahiti serves right down. All right, inside here's going to take that. Good spike from 17, but Lee is there. That's Sahiti. Sahiti to Cassidy. Cassidy goes cross court. Their libero handles it. Sent over. Lee is there. That's Sahiti again, this time to Cam. I'm not sure Cam was expecting that. 18 points for the Wolverines. And we'll have a double substitution on the Wolverines. (18-16). There's your serve, folks. Kylie down to a knee, sends it straight back over. Looks like outside hitter. No, libero had to take that. Cam's there. To Sahiti. Sahiti behind her to Cassidy. Cassidy down the line. Goes wide. 19 for the Wolverines. 16 for the War Eagles. Here comes West Forsyth again. There's the serve. Lee is there for it. That's going to be trouble. Kylie with a good dive. Good attempt. Can't quite get there. 20 points for the Wolverines. And we, folks, have a timeout for the War Eagles in the right-hand side of your screen. As I mentioned, Coach Rachel no longer mic'd up. Not that I blame her. I wouldn't want to be mic'd up if I was a coach of a team either. Right now, this is probably about consistency. Getting out of their own heads is probably what the focus is on. They've been playing really well against this team. As I mentioned, I don't believe that West has lost a single match all season. And so the fact that even this game is a 16-20 split in the first set, it's pretty good. We'll take that. All right, West first, right back out. South now joining us on the court. It is still West's turn to serve. The Wolverines up by 4. Cleared to serve, and here we go. Cassidy's right there. Kylie with a great highlight. Oh, unfortunately, Cam and Haley not talking. Ball drops between them. 21 for the Wolverines. Coach Rachel giving some coaching about positions and who should have it. Ooh, that is going to be way wide. That is caught by Bryn on the sideline. All right. Kylie and Maddie swapping. Cassidy and I believe that's Kiki substituting. So we'll have Kiki to serve here as Maddie moves into the front row. Up front, you have number 1, Maddie. Number 20, Haley. Number 4, Cam. Mid-court in white, you have Leah. Number 3, Sahiti, 11. And that's Kiki serving, folks. Kiki serves. Barely handled, but is handled and returned. Right back to Kiki. That's Sahiti. Sahiti to Haley. Haley with a good cross-court spike. One-arm punch, clothesline. Wolverines not talking to each other. And that ball drops in 18-21. Kiki again, another good serve. Libero's there for this one. It's going to get returned from the middle hitter. Sahiti tries to handle it. The ball goes well wide, 18-22. All right, here comes Bryn for Kiki. There's your serve. Leah handles it perfectly, though. That's Sahiti. Sahiti over to Maddie. Maddie with a spike. And, ooh, lucky save. They got it, though. Leah handles it as it's returned over. That's Sahiti. Sahiti this time to Cam. Cam with a spike. Good save. Leah again. Here comes Sahiti. And, oh, Cam and Sahiti not talking. Wolverines get the 23rd point. So important to be calling who's got what and when. 18-23. Maddie handles that one. That's Sahiti back to Maddie. Maddie with a good spike. Hits the pole, though. And it is out. 24 for the Wolverines. There's your serve. Leah down to a knee, gets there. Sahiti to Maddie. Maddie sends it over. Handled, picked up by 24. Libero, number 9. 7 pushes it. 7 almost finds the hole, but a great play by Cam and Leah. Save that one. Sahiti behind her. Haley calls for it. Haley sends it over. Here comes 17. Number 3 hits it, pushes it, but Maddie's there. Quick reaction. Sahiti, Cam. Cam sends it over. Their libero handles it. Gets returned. Number 7. But this time Bryn's there. That's Sahiti. Sahiti to Cam. Ooh, we got quite the volley going on here. And it ends with a War Eagles point. As the War Eagles find a way to fight back and make the score 24-19. Leah to serve. There's your serves. Illegal motion on the Wolverines. Moved before the ball went. The ref explaining the call. It's 24-20. Leah again, good serve towards the back of the court. Looks like that's going to be handled. Inside hitter takes that, sends it over. Dig from Bryn, I think that was. Haley sends it over. Here comes the return. Once again, Bryn's right there. That's Sahiti. Sahiti behind her to Haley. Haley sends it over. Inside hitter's going to take that. Hard hit. This time it's Sahiti. Sahiti not quite able to handle it. The Wolverines get the 25th point and win the set. We'll be back in just a few minutes with the second set. All right, folks. The second set will be starting here in just a few minutes. That was a hard-fought game. Coach Rachel letting the girls coach themselves. Again, one of her strategies really is helping build them up. They played well, they fought hard, but how do we improve from here? Where do they need to learn? Where do they know they need to learn from? It also gives them the opportunity to cheer each other on, to rebuild confidence that may have been lost during the course of the game. Self-awareness of how they each individually could have played a little bit better. It allows them to use this time to consistently develop and get better. So pretty excited of this style of coaching, and we'll be interested to see what happens here in the second set. As we prepare for the next game. Coach Rachel now in, both coaches in, giving some feedback and thoughts to the girls on where they could have played a little bit better, an approach they might have taken that's a little different. But South is now out. Have our normal starting lineup, looks like. I see Kiki up front on the inside position, Cam in the middle, and Haley on the outside. Then you have Maddie, left hand, in the back row. Piper will be pending for the substitution with Leah, and Sahiti, number 11 there on the far right-hand side. Excuse me, on the right-hand side closest to you. All right. All right, looks like the War Eagles will be receiving. Wolverines serving first. So we are ready to receive. Ref has declared it all clear. And we folks are underway. Kiki down to a knee, gets there. Leah pops it up nice and high. Haley calls for it, sends it over the net. Number 3, over to their inside hitter. Inside hitter spikes it hard. Both Leah and Maddie diving for it, trying to get there. Good effort. Neither of them quite able to handle it. Coach Rachel talking about who's got what and where, helping them in case that happens again. And here we go. There's your serve. This time, Maddie down to a double, both knees really to get there. Kiki ends up spiking it. Kiki spikes it unfortunately into the net. And quickly the War Eagles are down 0-2. All right. Cleared the serve. There we go. Oh, barely cleared the net, but because it did tip the net, made it hard for Leah to get there. Ball dropped straight in front of her, down by 3. All right, here's the next serve. Leah's right there for this one. So no, Maddie ends up taking it. Haley hits it down the line. All right, number 18 plays it. That's to the libero. Libero to 17. 17 spikes it, but Haley finds and fills in the hole. Sahiti's there. That's Kiki. Kiki, unfortunately, had a little trouble there and mostly just spun the ball. 0-4. All right, there's your serve. Hard hit. Kiki's right there, though. That's Sahiti. Sahiti to Cam. Cam with a good spike towards the back. Their libero handles that. It's going to get returned from inside hitter and finds the hole in front of Sahiti behind Cam and Kiki. And quickly, the Wolverines are up 0-5. All right, there's your serve right into the net. That gives the first the first point to the War Eagles. And we'll give Kiki a chance to serve. There's your serve. Kiki's right there. Ooh, that one may be difficult to handle. They recover it. Inside hitter takes it, but Leah down to a knee, gets there, sends it straight over. Inside hitter again, hard hit, but this time Sahiti's down to a knee, gets there. No communication between Cam and Leah. They end up not properly handling it, and despite a valiant effort by Maddie, it did not work out. All right. Bryn and Kiki are swapping here. Bryn, number 17, coming in. All right, 24 for the Wolverines serving. Here comes the serve. That's past Maddie. Before Leah. Difficult one to handle or decide on who was going to get it, and results in a Wolverine ace. One to 7. All right, there's your serve. Leah handles that one, pops it up nice and high. Maddie moves it forward. That's Cam. Cam sends it over with a good push. Middle hitter spikes it hard, right past Leah's hands. Good effort by Leah, but unfortunately too hard to handle. Eight to 1. All right, can we get the ball back here? 24 serve. Maddie handles it. That's Haley. Haley, quick thinking, sends it over the net. Cam, quick thinking. Cam gets up there and gets herself a kill. Quick thinking. All right, Piper now in. Leah serving from the middle of your screen. There's Leah's serve, floats it in. A little bit of a screwball movement on that one. Middle hitter takes it, sends it long. War Eagles get their 3rd point. Leah to serve again. Keep it up, Leah. Another good serve by Leah. That one's going to be difficult. That's an ace. A-C-E, ace. Four to 8. Another good serve. This time the libero handles it. It's going to go to their outside hitter. Outside hitter spikes it. Haley's right there. Piper moves in, and Leah sends it over. Did it drop in? It did! Free ball kill is the call from the sideline. All right, Leah's going to get to go again now, 3 points behind. Clears the net. Oh, and that's an ace. She caught the side of her hand. I wasn't sure it was going to clear the net. And it did. South much meaner in their chance this game. Leah serves it. All right, that's handled by 23 to 24. Inside hitter number 10 hits it, and it bounces off the net right back at her. And the War Eagles are back in this game, 8-7. All right, substitution. Bryn and Ashley swapping out. Ashley now in the game, cheered on by her team. Leah, good serve. All right, inside hitter number 10 is going to take that. Hits it well, gets tipped by Piper. Piper pushes it over. There's the spike. Ashley's right there. Piper pops it up nice and high. Maddie goes for the spike. Inside hitter takes that, sends it, but Maddie fills in the hole. Leah and Piper, again, no communication, and the Wolverines get the point, 9-7. The girls not quite talking on whose ball it is, or unsure in those kind of free ball situations where it's between several of them. None of them really taking the initiative on who should get it. Good news, though, that ball comes right back to us as there's a net there. All right, that's going to have Haley serving for us. Piper, Sahiti, Maddie up front. Ashley, Leah there in midcourt. Haley cleared to serve. There's the serve. Libero gets there. 24 pops it up high. Outside hitter. Not quite able to handle it. I wasn't sure if that fell on our side or not from my angle, and it did not. All right, here we go again. Brand new game. Haley serves. There, Libero handles it. Middle hitter sends it over quickly. Piper and Maddie there. Neither of them quite able to handle it. And the Wolverines, with the quick return, get the 10th point. All right, substitution time. Haley and Sima swapping in. And Sahiti and Cassidy swapping in. All right, that's Cassidy and Piper there, high-tenning each other. And then it goes Ashley, Leah, Maddie, and Sima there in the back. Leah down to a knee, gets there. Sima, good call for it. Cassidy calls for it, sends it over. Good spin on that one. 27's there. That's the 24. On the third hit, sends it over. Sima calls for it. Ashley calls for it. Better communication. Maddie sends it over. Ooh, that was hard handled. Hard hit, but handled. There's the spike. Ashley tries to get there. Unfortunately, that ball goes wide. And that's an 11th point. All right, here we go. There's the serve. Ashley's right there. That's to Sima. Sima to Cassidy. Cassidy gets there. Ooh, they're handling it, though. Here comes the return from the outside hitter. Sima's right there. That's going to go to Leah. Leah over to Maddie. Maddie with a spike. Handled in the back row by number 2. It's going to get returned from their inside hitter. Ashley gets down there, sends it right over the net. Hard hit. Sima tries to handle it. Gets right past her, though. 12th point. South starting to look a little tired out there. A little disheartened. 9-12. Leah. Leah and Maddie. Leah called for it, but it's a 13th point and an ace. All right, there's our serve. Leah's there. Piper gets ready. Piper spikes it towards the outside corner. Piper gets the kill. Piper gets the kill, hitting it towards the back outside corner. All right. Mad Dog Maddie will be substituting. Ashley and Kiki substituting. Excuse me, Maddie will be serving it up. Ashley and Kiki substituting. Maddie serves it. I don't think she likes that name. We have another rotation call against the Wolverines. You can't do that, the call from South. There's your serve, floats in. That's an ace! Maddie gets herself an ace as that ball had a slight curve to it. Moving away from the defender. Wolverines trying to get the ball back. Maddie to serve again. 12-13. Good serve again. The libero handles it though. 24 pops it way wide to the outside hitter. Outside hitter, inside hitter hits it. Inside hitter hits it long. 13 all. All right, Maddie serves again. Good serve by Maddie. Down to a knee. That's an ace! As the Wolverines not able to handle it. 14-13. Their coach giving them some guidance on how to handle that next time. Maddie, quick serve. There. Down to a knee, 27. Middle hitter takes it. Middle hitter gives it to Leah, though. Leah to Sima. Sima to Kiki. Kiki quite not able to handle it. 14 to all. All right, Maddie and Kylie substituting. And a double substitution on the side of West. All right. So, scores 14 all. Number 18 getting ready to serve. On the court, Kiki, Cassidy, Piper, Leah, Sima, Kylie. Number 18 cleared the serve. Here we go. That's going to go wide. That is O-U-T. Out! All right, Piper's going to get the serve. Cam comes in for Leah. Number 15 serving when the score's 15. There's Piper's serve, down middle. Libero handles it. 18 sends it over to the inside hitter, 54. 54 back to Piper. Piper to Sima. Sima to Cam. Cam from her back foot. Almost a free ball loss. But it is another War Eagle point as they were not able to get any lift on that as they sent it back over. 16-14. There's Piper's serve. Libero has to come in, gets there in time. Outside hitter 11 hits it. It's going to go long. Out. It was not long. It was wide. That's what I meant to say. All right, up front right now you have Cam, Kiki, Cassidy. Mid-court you have Sima and Kylie. Piper continuing the serve. Piper's serve. Doesn't quite get it. 17-15 as the ball runs into the net. Piper and Leah swapping out. Serve it up to the call from the Wolverine side. Number 11 is going to be serving for the Wolverines. War Eagles up by 2. Kiki down to a knee. Kiki not quite able to handle it. 17-16. Kylie gets the ball, comes running back in the position. 17-16, down by 1. There's your serve, clears the net. Both Cam and Kiki try to get there. It hit the top of the net, rolled funny as it always does when that happens. And it's now a brand new game again. Kiki's there. Sima gets under it. Kiki with the spike. That would have been out, but thankfully they touched it, which means Kiki gets the kill. 18-17. Let's go outside. All right, folks, substitution time. Cassidy and Sahiti. Sahiti will be serving. And Sima and Haley. So Sahiti will be serving there, number 11, bottom of your screen. War Eagles up by 1. Fighting their way back. Good serve. All right. Inside hitter's going to take it. Inside hitter hits it. Off Kiki, off Leah. 18 points for the Wolverines. All right, 18 all. Here we go. There's your serve. Oh, it's into the net. Good for us. That net is how high, folks? Too high. Kiki's now going to get the serve. Maddie coming in for Kylie. That makes your front row Maddie, Haley, Cam. Midcourt, you have Leah and Sahiti. Kiki serving. Kiki hits it into the net. That ties the game. Kiki and Ashley will now be swapping. Double substitution on the part of the Wolverines as well. It's a brand new game again. 19 all with the Wolverines serving. All right, waiting for the substitutions. Ours has been cleared. We're now waiting for the next one. All right, 19 all. Here we go. There's the serve from 24. Leah gets down to a knee, tries to get there. Oh, not able to, though. That's an ace for the Wolverines as they now take a 1-point lead, 20-19. This is where we'll be looking for a stop, right here, folks. There's your serve. Leah handles that one. Maddie calls for it, pops it up. That's going to be Haley. Haley sends it over. Quick thinking on Haley's part to get there. Middle hitter, right at Kiki. Cam sends it over her back. Looks like we're going to get a middle hitter returned as well. Right back at Sahiti. Sahiti to Leah. Leah to Maddie. Maddie spikes it towards their back. Good spike. Leah's there, though. Ashley calls for it, pops it up nice and high. Leah sends it over. Number 10 handles that one. Outside hitter's going to take it. Outside hitter spikes it hard. Outside hitter spikes it wide. 20 points. Leah will be serving now as Piper comes in for Cam. 20 to all. There goes Leah. Good serve. Leah's got an ace. A-C-E, ace. 21-20. War Eagles now up by 1. Leah, good serve. Leah with another ace. A-C-E, ace. That one was beautiful, and it forces a Wolverines timeout as the War Eagles now within 3 of the set win. Hard fought, but I mean, both teams really have been fighting hard to make this work. It has been going on and going on and going on. And I don't mean that from a negative perspective. It's just been well fought. Even the first set where we lost, there were some good rallies. And right now, I mean, it's 22-20. Neither team is going to walk away with this one. Neither team is a guarantee to win. But it's going to come down to who plays the best for these next few points. It almost certainly won't be luck with how these two have been playing. Leah, good serve. There, libero handles it. Middle hitter's going to take that. Middle hitter tries to sneak it over, but Maddie's there. Leah back to Maddie. Maddie with a spike. Maddie to the top of the net, and it falls back on the War Eagles side. 22-21. Number 17 serving for the Wolverines. Sends it. Ashley's right there. Ashley pops it well to Sahiti. Sahiti to Piper. Piper with a spike. Good dig by number 17 to prevent Piper from getting the kill. That's Ashley. Ashley to Sahiti. Sahiti sends it over. Does not. Maddie punches it over. Inside hitter's going to take that. Sends it over. Ooh, Sahiti barely gets there. That's Leah. Leah to Maddie. Maddie over the back shot gets that ball over the net. Middle hitter. Haley to Piper. Piper down. Oh, what a save. Maddie's there. That's to Sahiti. Sahiti back to Maddie. Maddie with a spike. Maddie with a kill! 23-21. Mad Dog Maddie's the call from the team. There's your serve. Haley. All right. Snuck over, but Ashley dives. Diggs gets there. Piper fights at the net. Ashley tried to get there to get back to it. Really hard for both of those plays for her. All right, we're going to have Sahiti and Cassidy substituting, and we're going to have Haley and Sima. So this will have on the court for you number 2, Cassidy, number 15, Piper, number 1, Maddie, number 18, Ashley, number 3, Leah, and number 16, Sima. Up by 1. Wolverines are serving, though. Nice floater. Leah and Maddie almost hit each other. Leah calls for it, sends it flying from the back row. Inside hitter takes that, sends it over. Almost dug it in. Sima and Cassidy nearly took each other out there. Sent over with a punch. That is Sima. Leah comes diving in to try to get there. And it's 23 all. This is a fight. Again, each point has been hard earned on this one. Who's going to get point 24? There's your serve. Maddie's right there. This Sima. Sima sends it straight over. 17's got it. 17-24 to 11. 11 pops it up nice and high. That's Ashley. Ashley to Sima. Sima to Cassidy. Cassidy, good jump. Handled, though. Here comes the return. Outside hitter again. Spiked. Leah goes down to a knee, though. Piper is... All right. Got stuck on their side of the net. I couldn't tell from here who had what going. But keeping that ball in motion made all of that possible. Kiki and Ashley coming in. War Eagles have won the 24th point. Just 1 point away from winning this set. There's Maddie's serve, and it's a good one. Piper goes up to fight. Falls down on our side of the net, unfortunately. 24 all. Maddie and Kylie will swap out here. Be a double substitution over on the Wolverines. It's 24 all. So friendly reminder of the rules. Friendly reminder of the rules at this point. You do have to win by 2. So in this case, it would be 26-24 is a victory. But again, if one team gets to 25, then it becomes 27-25 and so on. So win by 2 are the rules. 24 to all. Looks like number 18 will be serving for the Wolverines. There's your serve. And it's straight into the net. 25th point for the War Eagles. Piper's going to be serving. Cam and Leah swap. Piper with a chance to win the set right here. Set point. There's the ball. Handled. Piper gets there as it's returned, though. That's Sima. Sima over to Kiki. Kiki spikes it. That became a bit of a problem, but they handled it. 11 sends it. And it's a two-handed push/lift. War Eagles get the 26 point and win the set. West not happy with the call. You can see number 11 still standing on the court, not believing the call. So a little bit of what happened there is because when she made contact for the push, it was basically below her shoulder blades. To push it up, it was not basically a fingertip touch. It was a full-on lift. And that full-on lift, you can't do. And so that cost them the point. Maddie walking over with her tongue stuck out of her mouth means we must have won the service. So we'll be looking to see, can South win yet again a third set tiebreaker? All right, a few friendly reminders of how this works. So, friendly reminder of how this works. Pretty straightforward, but the concept is First to 15. Maddie and Piper continually remind the team that it's basically just 3 sets of 5. Try not to focus too much on each individual point. It doesn't matter who's ahead. You have to win 3 sets of 5. So if they get to 10 first, doesn't matter. They haven't got there yet. It's 3 sets of 5. Now, of course, all of this is predicated on having the mental model to be able to do that and to not get in your own head. But that's what the girls are going to be going for when it comes down to this today. In the meantime, we will talk in the same method. So it is first to 15. 3 sets of 5. Whoever pulls it off first wins the game. All right, we're just now waiting for the final call here. Coach Rachel trying to make sure they stay motivated, they stay in the game. And I will tell you, while it's going to be hard for you to hear that because of the noise canceling and everything, that was the loudest and most energetic they have been all game. So I think they're pretty pumped up about doing as well against a West undefeated or nearly undefeated team. Let's see what they can keep up as we go into it. All right, in the meantime, your front row is basically the same as always. Kiki's, Haley on the far left-hand side, Cam in the middle, Kiki on the right. In the back court, you have number 1, Maddie, number 3, Leah, and then Sahiti, number 11. We did win the coin toss, which means the War Eagles will be serving first. And we are cleared to go. And there's your serve to break open the 3rd set tiebreaker. All right. Leah comes out of nowhere. Cam sends it over her back. Well played. Good dive by Leah. That's 3 sent over. Haley's right there. She pops it up well. That's Sahiti. Sahiti back to Haley. Haley spikes it across court. It's handled, though. Their inside hitter's going to take that, sends it over, finds the hole, hits it right above the leaping Cam and Haley, and finds the hole right below them, or right behind them, where Kiki, despite a good effort, not quite able to get there. 0-1. First point done. All right, ref clears us to serve. 24 serving. There we go. Right at Maddie. Well, Maddie and Leah. Sahiti tries to get there, not able to, and that's a Wolverine ace. Again, communication, so important. That one's Leah. Leah pops it up nicely to Sahiti. Sahiti to Cam, who calls for it. Two-hand touch is the call. So the ref doesn't think that Cam hit both those hands at the same time. So not a lift, but a two-hand touch. That's Leah. Leah to Sahiti, Sahiti to Cam. Cam sends it over. Inside hitter takes that one, but Leah's there to get it. That's Sahiti, Sahiti to Kiki. Kiki with a good cross-court spike. Handled, though. It's going to get returned from the inside hitter. Inside hitter tries to hit it, can't. Hits it into the net. And how high is that net, folks? Too high. Or as the girls are shouting right now, there is a net there. Kiki's going to be serving for us. There's South serve. Returned early on the second hit. Leah's there. That's to Sahiti. Sahiti to Maddie. Handled by West. They tip it over. Diving in is Maddie. Cam sends it over. Cam with a kill. We are going to try to record both of those here in the official scorebook. Wow, Maddie came out of nowhere, saved that one, and Cam gets herself a kill. Kiki again. This time number 12 handles it. Sent over quickly, but Leah was almost like expecting that. Maddie spikes it wide. Wolverines get the 4th point. All right, and it's substitution time. Kiki and Bryn. Ref saying something to the Wolverines captain. Can't tell what from here. Must not have been terribly important because the captain did not have to take it back. Serve to Leah. Leah to Sahiti. Sahiti to Cam. Cam sends it over, but quick thinking on their side. Leah to Sahiti. Sahiti behind her to Haley, who calls for it and sends it over. Diving, painful hit there on the ground. Maddie pops it up. That's to Sahiti. Sahiti back to Maddie. Maddie with a spike. Another dive. Really does sound painful as they're hitting. And that angle was not there. They're not able to get it over the net. And that's a 3rd point for the War Eagles. Alrighty. Leah's going to be serving as Piper comes into the game. Leah with the serve. Good serve. A little bit of a screwball curveball on that one. Flat. Oh, good spike actually, but right at Bryn. That's the Sahiti. Sahiti to Haley. Haley turns, sends it. Unfortunately, sends it wide. And your first to 5 is the Wolverines. Piper cheering on the team, trying to keep the energy going. Coach Rachel talking to Haley about where to hit it from and a little bit about the angle that she's hitting it from. 3 to 5. All right, there's your serve. Down to a knee, that's Maddie. Maddie sends it over with that dig, though. Middle hitter returns it, but Leah's there. That's to Sahiti. Sahiti to Maddie. Maddie sends it over. It's going to get returned. Inside hitter this time. They just tap it. Bryn goes down for a knee, diving. Neither Sahiti nor Haley quite able to get there. 3 to 6. Piper trying to cheer on the team. Get them focused, she says. Let's go, let's go. 3 to 6. West being nice as Sahiti went to tie her shoe. Pointing it out even though the ref had not noticed. Maddie's there. Oh, good spike. 17 handles it though. It's going to get returned. Leah's there. That's Haley. Much better spike that time. Good placement on it. Here comes the return. That's Bryn. Bryn to Leah, who calls for it. Leah moves it forward to Maddie. Maddie sends it over. Inside hitter pops it, finds the hole. Maddie, that same hole, drops it right behind the 2 front line. Maddie, good effort. Can't quite get there, though. 7 to 3. And we have a timeout for the War Eagles. West starting to look really good right now. This is going to be about resetting the team, getting them back out there with a level of energy and passion. And probably among the most important is to get them out there to immediately change the momentum. All right, South on 3, and the Coach Rachel saying, you got this, get out there. The final message that she shared with them as they walk out onto the court. Still the Wolverines ball. Timeout's now over. And we serve. And it's an ace as neither Leah nor Bryn gets there. Not a good start coming out of the huddle to immediately give away an ace that just free-balled its way to the ground. Wasn't even touched. Leah. Piper quick thinking. Piper doesn't handle it though. 9 to 3. All right, Coach Rachel immediately calls her second timeout. Basically, based on the look on her face, she's saying something along the lines of, seriously, we just talked. We just discussed the need to go out there and win this game. And so why are we not doing that? I mean, you can still kind of see the look on her face of, come on, guys, I know you can do that. I know you can do better. Like, come on, be serious here. And you can see the girls coming back out like, yeah, we know better. So let's see if that can make a difference. As the Wolverines now up by a solid 6 and 9-3. All right, Bryn handles that. Sahiti's right there behind her. That's Piper. Piper with the spike. Handled by their number 3. Return, fight at the net. And Haley not quite able to handle it. And West now gets the first to 10, taking the second of 5. All right, there's our serve. Bryn gets down to a knee. Maddie moves it forward a little bit. Leah sends it. Leah calls it and did make it over. It's going to get returned from their outside hitter. Outside hitter sends it. Haley's there. Piper comes rushing in. Haley hit there. Unfortunately, they were all just so close to the net that every one of those balls landed right in the net rather than making it over. All right, here we go again. 11-3. And thankfully, that is into the net, and the War Eagles will get a chance. As my daughter likes to say, let's flock and go, because they're a flock of birds. 4-11. There's your serve. Haley does well with that one. Going to return from the inside hitter. Inside hitter spikes it, but Bryn's right there. That's Leah who watches it. Maddie with the spike. Maddie into the net. 12-4. All right, substitution time. Ryan and Sahiti are going to be substituting, and Haley and Sima. All right, it's 12-4. It's going to require a lot of focus, or as this generation says, they need to lock in. Lock in, South! There we go. Piper's right there. Sends it over. Piper's ready for the return. Sima pops it over. It's going to go wide, I think, and it does. 13 points for the Wolverines. 4-13. That is not locking in. It's been a rough game. Leah down to a knee. Illegal motion. And that will give the War Eagles a 5th point and Maddie a chance. All right, that's going to bring Kiki in for Bryn. So illegal motion is not the call. My apologies. Improper position is the call. They lined up in the wrong positions while on the court. So it's similar to an illegal rotation if you're on offense. So similar is what happened here. The coach for West not understanding the call, looking at the ref saying, and the ref just ignored her. Doesn't matter, as they're out of position again. So Maddie will get a retry on her poor hit. The ref and the coach not in alignment on the setup of the team right now. Number 24 is the West captain expressing what the ref just said. And now the West coach is talking to the official scorekeepers on the side there to see where they're at from a rotation perspective. Meanwhile, the captain is talking to the ref. So we'll see how this lines up, but you can see over here on the left-hand side a discussion going on between the captain, who's wearing number 17, and the libero there. is they try to figure out what should or should not be happening based upon, well, what you just saw. The ref now coming over to talk to the West coach, because the West coach still not seeing how she's out of rotation, if she is. Again, it's hard for me. I don't quite see how that plays out, but is absolutely the discussion going on right now on proper rotation, team member. All right, so the discussion ongoing right now. All right, they're still discussing. I'm not sure where this is going to land. All right, and what's the official decision? Looks like it's an improper substitution, which led to a rotation violation. And the points are going to stand, so it's going to be 13-6. So here comes the substitution to get things back in order. All right, so there's the serve from Maddie. This one handled, made it over. Oh, good save by them. Maddie's there as it gets returned, though. That's Simon to Piper. Piper sends it over. Down to the knee. Number 17 gets the dig. 11, outside hitter, back to Maddie. Maddie to Piper. Piper sets it to Kiki. Kiki spikes it towards the back. Kiki gets herself a kill, as probably should have let that one go, but didn't. 7-13. Mad Dog will get a chance to go again. Third to serve. There's Maddie's serve. Drops it in. Maddie gets an ace. Oh, it's number 9 almost hurt herself falling back there. And that caused a Wolverine timeout. Almost certainly, because they're all just flabbergasted, frustrated, upset with the rotation calls. And so the positional calls. And taking this timeout to really make sure that they reset and say, hey, don't worry about it. You're still up by 5. That's what's going on the Wolverine side right now. I don't know if he's the manager or the assistant manager, but he's still arguing it. And so the ref is now over there. You can barely see him on the right-hand side of your screen explaining it one more time. Meanwhile, South, Coach Rachel telling them, just be consistent. Go out there. It's 1 point at a time. Don't worry about the point differential. Don't worry about what they are or are not doing on their side. 1 point at a time. Just get out there. See what happens. All right. So that ends the timeout. A little longer than it should be because the ref is also still explaining things to the managers and now to the scorekeepers that are just off your screen, I believe. The West coach confirming that she set them back up correctly before they start playing again, especially as either this rotation is new, and I gotta say, West just doesn't seem to agree with the calls, and so I can only assume that they don't think they did anything wrong. That means either this is a new piece of feedback for them, and they've been playing this way the whole time, and it's just this ref caught it, or they got off somewhere, and then they were just off for so long that they didn't notice it. Maddie serves, drops it in. That's handled. 18's going to go to there. Ooh, I'm not sure which hitter was supposed to take that. Ryan, Maddie, and Simon, none of them called it. And we're going to have a substitution as Bryn comes in. Is that Bryn? Or is that Kylie? That's Kylie. Yep, as Kylie comes in for Maddie. And West now just 1 point away from winning the set and the match. There's the serve. Leah's right there. Leah to Sima. Sima sends it over to Leah. Leah pops it over the net. Ooh, almost fell in. Inside hitter's going to take that, sends it over. Kylie's right there. Kylie to Sima. Sima to Piper. Piper with the spike. Handled. Middle. Nope, inside hitter's going to take that, sends it back over. This time it's Kylie, then Leah, then Kiki. Kiki sends it wide, and the Wolverines end up winning the game 15-8. That gives them the set as well. And if they are truly undefeated, as I believe they are, their undefeated continues. Thank you very much for watching. Appreciate it always to have you here. Hope you enjoyed it. And we'll be back, I believe Wednesday is their next set of games. Thank you very much. Have a great one.